The news summary for this Wednesday. Good evening. The police have confirmed that Alex Zelim, a 48-year-old man from Cascade, was among the people, including 7 Iranians, who were caught in the Arabian Sea with a drugs consignment. According to the Arab News website, there were 658 kilos of drugs on board the vessel, worth an estimated $33.7 million. They were arrested by Pakistani authorities. Seychelles will maintain foreign export reserves for 15 months if it imports only what it really needs. However, the central bank governor, Caroline Bell, adds that this will depend on the price of crude oil, which is continuing to increase. She was answering questions in the National Assembly after the Finance, Economic Planning and Trade Minister, Nadi Hassan, presented a statement on the potential impact of the Ukraine war on Seychelles' economy. He says that scenarios presented to the Cabinet of Ministers earlier this month include a rise in the cost of commodities at international level, resulted in increasing on the local market. Inflation in transport fees will also go up and people will be discouraged to travel, thus less tourists. The Minister for Lands and Housing, Billy Rangasamy, has assured members of the National Assembly that 90% of infrastructure of a development plan for perseverance has been implemented. His answer followed a question in the National Assembly from the district's MNE, Deshila Bastien. He adds that although it seems that some plots of land seemed abandoned in the district, there are plans to develop them. On the other hand, government will continue with its policy to address the situation where lands that has been leased out are not being developed. In its first meeting for this year, members of the Multi-Sectoral Committee in the Tourism Department have agreed on 2 resolutions. One is for harsher punishment by the police towards people who steal from tourists, and the other is that there is a consistency in applying laws against loud music in public places and in hotels by both the police and the Environment Department. However, they were divided in their discussions on a proposed regulation targeting unlicensed activities currently taking place at some beach locations. The meeting was chaired by the Tourism Minister, Sylvestre Radegon, accompanied by the Principal Secretary, Sherin Francis, and other participants included representatives of the police, the Environment Department, local government, public health, planning authority, and members of the Pralin Business Association. The liaison officers from Pralin and Adig also attended the half-day meeting. 3 people are in police custody after causing a disturbance at the Port-Glo police station this morning. According to police, it all started with a quarrel between 2 men, one of whom had gone to complain to the Port-Glo police station. The quarrel developed into a commotion outside the Port-Glo station, whereby 2 police officers on duty had to intervene. The scuffle between the men and the commotion that happened after caused damage to the police station, where some windows were smashed in. The 2 men and a woman were arrested. The outgoing Japanese chargé d'affaires to Seychelles, Ambassador Makoto Tominaga, yesterday paid a farewell call on President Wavell Ramkalawan. He said that during his mandate here, he did his best to improve the relations between Seychelles and Japan. Ambassador Tominaga said he is positive that the 2 countries will continue their collaboration in other fields in the future.
After having served here in Seychelles for a little bit more than 3 years, after establishment of Japanese new embassy, I have been working always with enthusiasm with the government of your country. And then I'm not only myself, and we are confident that we'll be able to enhance the already existing good relationship between our two countries.
And what's the outcome of your visit to the president?
Very fruitful. And then President told me, now it's your turn to go back to Japan, but you are already a Szechuan. Everybody knows you, so you are already got, to some extent, got Szechuan nationality. But I'm sure that your country is my second home. Yes.
The Office of the President has confirmed the appointment of Jitesh Shah as the Chief Executive Officer of the new Seychelles Infrastructure Agency with a retrospective effect from the 1st of March. Mr. Shah was most recently the Acting Principal Secretary for Infrastructure in the Ministry of Lands and Housing. The Office of the President has also confirmed the members of the Interministerial Committee, which will oversee the work of the agency. The committee will be chaired by the Minister of Lands and Housing, Bedi Rakasamy. Its Vice Chairman will be the Minister for Agriculture, Climate Change and Environment, Flavien Joubert. The other members of the Interministerial Committee are the Principal Secretary for Lands, Muriel Morgan, the Director General for Economic Planning, Lenny Pallet, the Director of Finance, Jude Comiton, the Principal State Counsel, George Tatchett, the Chief Executive of SLTA, Parinda Herath, and Mervyn Padayashi from the private sector. As the CEO, Jitesh Shah will be an ex-officio member of the Interministerial Committee and will also serve as secretary to the committee. And it's with this that we end this news summary. Thank you for being with us and have a very pleasant evening.